Recently I was running a program on personality, and one of the questions that I was asked is, okay, so what's the big deal? What's the advantage of trying to understand each other's personality tendencies and your own? Well, there are 1,000 answers to this question, but I was going to focus on one, and that is psychological safety. Psychological safety can be defined as our feeling that being who we are is just okay, that we are great the way we are, that we can have contributions to the organization by bringing ourselves to work. Anytime that we hide part of ourselves from work, we're spending that energy hiding instead of spending that energy at work. But there's something else that happens when we don't bring our whole selves to work through psychological safety. We hide something that could be important, and there comes personality. Unfortunately, some personality tendencies are less valued in our culture, in our group, than others. For example, it's usually considered better, with quotation marks, to be optimistic than pessimistic. Or it's considered to be a bad thing to be a worrier. And usually if we worry about something, if we are a card-carrying member of the worry society, by the way, that's me, it's usually considered good for you to hide that and pretend not to be worried, pretend to be optimistic. The problem for the team is that the fact that somebody has the tendency to worry or has the tendency not to worry says absolutely nothing about whether we should be worried or not. The fact that we have the tendency to be optimistic or pessimistic says nothing about whether that particular project that the team is engaged in is going to work out or not. And if you hide a piece of somebody, you could be hiding the very part of someone in the team, that very piece that could save a project. For example, somebody could be worried about a hole in the plan that could mean the difference between the plan succeeding or failing. Somebody could be hiding a real concern that others who are more optimistic or calmer or who worry less may not have seen. Here's another example. People who tend to be very high in agreeableness or low in extraversion, or often both, may tend to speak up less. They may have less to say in meetings. They may need a little more time to ponder things through before they bring it up to the team. The problem is, there's absolutely no correlation between extroversion and intelligence, or between somebody being less likely to speak up and that person not having anything important to say. So, if the team does not recognize that there is a person who is more quiet, and assumes erroneously that the fact that the person didn't say something means the person has nothing to say, the team could be missing a very valuable contribution. So, we learn about personality because we need to be aware of our own tendencies, but also because we want people to feel safe to bring themselves to work. So here's the challenge for the week. Is there anybody in your team who is not feeling safe to bring him or herself to work entirely? And what can you do about that? That's just our moment for today. Happy learning and happy week.